Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Virtual Wargaming. I am your host Nicholas, and today I'm playing a game of Warhammer Fantasy 6th Edition Border Patrol using the capture scenario between Orcs and Goblins and a Homebrew Kislev list. This is going to be the second time that I'm playing a game with this Kislev list, the first time that I'm using a new unit from it. So Kislev obviously has an existing list in a White Dwarf, I believe it came out in, and it was added in the General's Compendium. But that list only has 3 core units and a special unit. And I have always wanted to have like a full Kislev list available, so I just went ahead and made one, basically. I based it off Warhammer Army Project, I based it off of Total War Warhammer 3's list, and anything that felt like it didn't fit with like the 6th edition vibe, I just cut. I'm actually like really excited to be doing this. I have a few other homebrew ones that I've been working on. I've got a Nippon, I've got a Stalia. I think that's it, actually. I've got a Norska as well. I think I might have already mentioned all of these before. But the point is, I'm just trying to do these to explore unit types that don't exist. Because I think that the Kossars, for instance, are a really interesting unit type. This is not the Kossars, these are the Kossars. Kossars have a great weapon and a bow, and they have a bonus for standing and shooting. No armor, nothing like that, but they're like potentially a melee unit, but also a ranged unit. I think it's super interesting. So I want to be able to explore more niche unit types like that. So I guess since I'm already looking at Kislev, let me go ahead and walk you through our list for that one. So leading the army, we have Evelina. She is an Ice Maiden. She's a level 2 wizard. Ice Maidens just basically use the wizard profile from the Empire / I guess, Dogs of War. It's a very simple and easy caster profile to use. And for her spells, she's using the Law of Ice, obviously. And she has generated Shard Storm, and she originally generated, I don't remember what it's called, but it's the one that freezes a terrain piece that is water-based. And as you can see looking at this map, there isn't any water terrain, so I allowed myself to reroll that one, and I got Midwinter's Kiss, which is a flame template, strength 5 attacks. So I'm excited to put these into work because, as I said, I played one game before, and all I got to cast was Shardstorm in that one. So, in addition to that, we have a unit here of 10 Kossars. We have a unit here of 5 Winged Lancers. I love Winged Lancers design as well. They're fast cavalry, but they have everything except the barding of heavy cavalry, and they can make enemies take panic checks when they charge them, which is fantastic. In addition to that, we have a unit of 5 Ungol Horse Archers. They have bows, they're fast cavalry, this is a unit you've already seen before. And finally, a unit of 10 Streltsy, I think is how you pronounce that. I apologize, I'm not familiar with my Russian pronunciations or Eastern European pronunciation. I don't know exactly where that word's from. Anyway, this is a ranged unit that has weapon skill of 4, and they have a halberd as well as a handgun. Again, a very interesting combination that just doesn't exist in units normally. Standing opposite them, we have a predominantly goblin army. So we have 10 goblin wolf riders. These guys have light armor, they have shields, they have spears. These guys aren't fast cavalry because of the light armor, and they are accompanied by a goblin big boss on a wolf with light armor, and you can guess it's a Sword of Might and an enchanted shield. It's just such an easy, no-brainer combination to put together, especially for Border Patrol where you don't have that many points to spend. In addition to that, we have 2 units of light goblins. Both of them have light armor, 25 models to pop, so this is a nice big unit. And then finally, 3 trolls. I've done Chaos Trolls before, I've never done regular trolls before, so I'm excited to see how this goes, but I'm not holding out a lot of hope because I know what goblin leadership is like. So I've already done my roll-offs and everything, and the goblins got the first turn, so we are going to be jumping in right away, and I forgot to mark these guys with stupidity. And where is it? Stupidity and causes fear. Alright, there we go. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into that, and we're going to do animosity, and we are going to do the stupidity. So I'll do stupidity first. And that is fine. So they've passed, and then these guys all take animosity checks. I'm going to do that in the order that I pointed them. Let me type correctly first. 1, 2, 3. Everyone's good. Okay, so trolls. What is their movement, actually? I don't know off the top of my head, on account of I've never used them before. Trolls have movement of 6. So we're going to push them 12 inches directly forward, because I want them in combat as quickly as possible, because once they're in combat, they can't I'm going to say stupid out of it, which isn't entirely true. They can, but like, they can't avoid getting into combat by being stupid for an extended period of time once they get there. And then we're going to move the 2 goblin units forward. This goblin unit's actually kind of stuck right this second. I couldn't put them over here because of this terrain. Couldn't put them over here, terrain as well. So I'm just going to try and like wheel them out soon. And we are stopping the goblin wolf riders short because I don't want to... No, I don't want to give a free charge to them, to the Kislev forces. I don't want to make them get shot at either. So, that is the end of the goblin turn. Let's jump into Kislev. And let's see, these guys are probably going to hold. These guys have to hold if they want to shoot. So let's go ahead and do my winged lances. And we're going to actually pivot them this way, I think. And then just sort of wheel them this way. These guys feel like they're too close together. But no, they're fine. Okay. They just look narrow to me for some reason. I don't know what it is. And then the horse archers are going to swing out to here. I'm actually going to push them like here. I want them just available to shoot. Fast cavalry is actually really difficult to use well on this. I just didn't really consider that, but like now I'm thinking about it. That is a pain. Alright, anyway. Evelina. She is going to be casting at Shardstorm at the trolls because you can't really see anything else. I'm going to throw 3 dice at it because I don't want it to get dispelled really easily. And so it actually can't be dispelled, which is amazing. Because the goblins don't have any counter magic today. So that is going to be 10 attacks. We're hitting the trolls. I'm not sure if I specified that yet. And they have regenerate, unfortunately. So it's unlikely to do... Oh, 2 wounds is actually quite a lot now that I think about it. That is impressive. And then on to our shooting phase. We will start with Astreltzi. Please be slight... okay, they're not... Yep, they're not in short range. That's good. Let me double check that real quick. Yep, okay. So that's going to be 10 shots. And the reason that is good, I am saying, is because if they were in short range, that means that the trolls could charge them next turn. But since they aren't, they are going to be safe for 1 more turn. So then we can then fire with our Ungol horse archers. 5 attacks, hit on 5s, no 6s actually because we moved, damn. Wound on 5s, save on 4s, go. Don't expect anything. Yep, there we go. And then finally our Kossars, and they're going to all be firing at... Did I make 10 shots? I did make 10 shots with the Streltsy one. I was only meant to do 5. Whoops, my bad. It's fine because they only rolled 1 hit anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to be better going forward. So the Kossars can all 5C, so we're going to do 5 attacks. But hit on 5s, wound on 4s, and save on 5s, go nothing. Okay, that's end of turn 1. Alright, turn 2. Trolls, let's check those first. They are good, and then Animosity 1, 2, 3. Okay, this unit is squabbling, so these guys can't do anything. I'm accepting that actually I was wrong. I can't really avoid fight. So I'm going to push these trolls forward 11 inches. This way, if they stumble forward just a little bit, they'll hit the Streltsy. But if they don't fail their leadership check, I'm allowed to pick a target. Alright, so then we're going to take the Wolf Riders up onto the hill. I'm going to push the goblins up right behind them. And then these guys are busy squabbling, obviously, so that is the end of the goblin turn. And then we're back to the Kislev side. Okay. I think what I want to actually do is... Okay, let's think about this real hard. If these guys charge at the goblins, this is full combat resolution bonus, and that's a lot of full combat resolution bonus. I don't like my chances. If I charge these guys, it's only 2 points of combat res, but there's a boss in here. I think what we kind of need to do is we kind of need to put everyone into these and hope for the best. Okay, we can do something a bit sneaky maybe. Go 8 inches with these guys, and we're going to free reform them like so. So now we have line of sight to these guys and to these guys, and we are, at least on these ones, we should hit the flank. I don't think these ones we will, but like, we can't get to the front, so we would have to hit the flank anyway. And so I'm just gonna go, trying to look for a flank charge on one of these. Our horse archers, meanwhile, are going to pivot in exactly the opposite direction. Actually, do I want to do this? No, actually I don't want to do that at all. My bad. I'm actually going to push them back to like here. We're just going to let them fall back a bit. And we're going to move Evelina back. Do I want to move Evelina back? Yeah, I'm going to move her back for now to hit the trolls. And then we're going to pull her back forward to try and flame template these guys soon. So that is going to be 3 dice on our magic. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, irresistible force, nice. Not that it matters here, but still nice. 11 attacks, hit on 1s, wound on 4s. No, wound on 5s, yep, and save on 4s. Go. Nothing. Unfortunate. Alright, shooting phase, these guys. 5 attacks. They hit on 4s, they wound on 4s, they get saved on 4s. Go. 1 dead troll. That actually is going to prompt a panic check from these guys too. And these guys are going to fire at the unit on the hill. So they are in short range now. So that is going to be 5 attacks, hit on 4s, wound on 4s, save on Goblin Wolf Riders, shields, light armor. Yeah, 4s actually again. Wow, okay. And that's still 2 guys dead. Nice. But not enough to prompt a panic check from them. So the trolls. 4, they have passed, even if they didn't have the general's leadership, which I'm not sure if they do. And that is the end of turn 2. Turn 3, turn 3, turn 3. Okay. Okay, what are we going to do here? So realistically, a unit of goblins sitting up here. Actually, no. Let me do my checks first. Stupidity, passed, and then animosity. Let's roll all these. These guys have failed. Oh my goodness, that's so bad. So unfortunate. Okay, so these guys are squabbling. So that actually completely ruins any plan I was going to make. So these guys are going to push 8 inches forward. These guys are going to push up to be right behind them. So the goal here is I just want to have a nice big block of goblins sitting on here. And I completely forgot I'm going to declare charge. I'm going to declare charge here. I'm going to take a fear check, which we passed. And then the trolls slam in. So that is unfortunate for the Streltsy, but like maybe there's hope. This is also really unfortunate for them because they can get flank charged in the next turn. Okay, so that is the everything up to combat. So let's do that. That is going to be 6 attacks each. 6 attacks that will hit on 4s, will wound on 2s, and save on 7s. Go. So yep, 3 dead Streltsy. And the interesting thing about Streltsy is they are classed like a melee unit, so they actually have a bonus attack on their champion, which I find is really funny. And they have done 1 wound. Okay, so let's do combat resolution. 3 wounds inflicted, which leaves them with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys, so they still outnumber them. And they had a rank at the start. So they've done 1 wound. This is actually a tie, which is incredible. So that brings us into the 3rd turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to declare the charge from the Wing Lancers into the Wolf Riders. They have to make a panic check, which they have passed. Yep. And I am mostly on the flank. So yep, this goes into the flank here. Wheel them around, slam them in. Unfortunately, our boss therefore doesn't get to do anything. We're going to push Evelina 8 inches this way, because she can still, this way, see these goblins to magic them, and we're trying to get her up to here to do a big flame template on their side. The horse archers are going to pull forward a little bit to make sure that they have... hang on, actually. Are they march blocked? Yes, okay, that's unfortunate. In that case, they're going to pull forward to here. If they weren't, I was going to try and zoom all the way up, like up to here. But I'm not going to do that in this instance. So wheel those guys around. Perfect. And then magic phase. Okay, so Evelina, once again, we're going to 3 dice this one because I know I don't have the range or anything. And I mean, technically I can probably flame template into these, but I think it's not supposed to be done, so I'm not going to. Alright, so d6 plus d6 plus d6. 11 they can attempt to dispel, which they failed. And then she gets 5 hits. Alright, so it's going to be 5 attacks, hit on 1, wound on 4s, save on 5s, go. 1 dead goblin. Shooting phase, 10 shots from these guys that will all hit, 5 shots, sorry. They'll hit on 4s. They will hit on 4s, right? Yep, hit on 4s. Hit on 4s, wound on 4s, save on 5s, go. Another dead. Actually, I need to pull this guy first because he is not dying in this round. And then 5 attacks that will hit on 5s, save on 4s, wound on 5. Oh, sorry, wound on 4s, save on 5s. And that's from the Ungol Horse Archers. Okay, so combat. We'll start with the Winged Lancers. We have 5 attacks. These guys are weapon skill 2. We have weapon skill 4. So we'll hit on 3s. We'll wound on 2s. Normally 4 up saves, so 6 up saves. Go. Oh, okay. That's fun. And then this is the horses. The horses have done nothing as well. 2 goblin wolf riders get to attack back. 2 attacks, hit on 4s, wound on 4s, save on 3s. Actually, hang on. The wolves have exactly the same profile, so I'm going to just run them all together. 4 attacks, 1 dead winged lancer. This might be really bad. And then over here we do these. So I think the trolls are initiative 1. Yep, so that is going to be the Streltsy hit first. 6 attacks that hit on 3s, that wound on 4s and save on 4s. Go. 1 dead troll. That's actually huge. 3 attacks. Hit on 4s, wound on 2s, save on 7s. And nothing. Oh, okay. So they outnumber him and they did 2 wounds. So he has to make a leadership check, which he has failed. And he is fleeing 6 inches and being pursued 6 inches. So that is enough to kill that man. Man is a little bit of an exaggeration here, but you know. And then over here, flank charge, outnumber, 1 dead. It's going to be 1, but these guys have, I think, 8 for their leadership. Yep, so they're fine. Alright, and then that is end of turn 3. And this is where things get a little tricky for the Kislev forces, because we just can't dislodge the goblins from the hill easily. So goblins are going to charge at the Ungol Horse Archers. They're going to flee, because I know they're going to be in range. Yep, so we're going to go 3d6 inches back. 7 inches directly back this way. That actually opens up the potential to charge the Kossars, so I'm going to redirect the Kossars, but we are not in range and they're going to stand and shoot, so 4 inches forward. That was actually kind of like an intentional mistake, honestly. Like, I knew that they weren't in range, but I still chose to do it. I don't know why I chose to do it. But 4s, 4s, 5s, go. I mean, it cost me a goblin, whatever. Oh, animosity. Whoops. They're fine. The other ones are fine. Guys fighting, I think, are automatically fine. Okay, no one's animosity. Good. These guys are kind of stuck here, but that's okay. That's what I want from them. So, this gets to the combat phase. Winged Lancers, initiative 3. Goblins, initiative 2. The wolves are initiative 3, though, so the wolves strike first because they won last turn, which is so silly. 4, 4, 3, go. Then the hussars and their horses all strike at the same time, and they have the same profile, so I'm going to roll them together. Oh, okay. Where was that last turn, guys? That is ridiculous. Okay. And then the final... No, there isn't any attacks back from the Goblin Wolf Riders. Okay, so 5 dead on the flank. Now we're even in things. That's 6. I don't think these guys can pass. Nope, they're going 3 to 6 inches. 16 and being pursued 13. I think 16 just takes them off the board, doesn't it? Oh, barely not. Okay. And then 13 takes these guys straight into this flank. And that is the end of the Goblin turn. So, Kislev turn. We're going to attempt to rally our fleeing Ungol archers. We fail. They go 7 more inches. I think they're going to go off the board entirely. Yep, they do. Unfortunate. But it is what it is. These guys, Streltsy, can all see. Fantastic. These guys can also all see them. So, Evelyn is going to move forward 8 inches like this. And then, our magic phase. We're going to only 2 dice this time on the Shardstorm, which has succeeded. I'm going to attempt to dispel that as the Goblins, which has also succeeded. And then 2 dice on the Flame Template spell, which is called Midwinter's Kiss, I believe? Yes, and that is a success. So give me 1 second to grab my Flame Template. Alright, so here I have it. We're going to scoot it around like this. Oh, good lord, that's so many goblins that are gonna die. Send to back. Okay, actually, hang on, I need to bring this one forward. This is not like when I was doing 40k. Okay, so, that is a 4x4 square, so it's gonna be 14 goblins total, minus 1 who isn't hit, 15. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 partials. So 5 auto hit, and then 10 hit on 4-ups. So 9 get hit, and this is a strength 5 hit. So 9 will die on 2s, go 8, 5, 6, 7, 8 dead. And that is going to be enough to prompt a panic check, which actually they should have made a panic check already because of the fleeing units. So I'm going to say that the second one was... I'm going to basically reverse these order, say they passed 1 and then failed this one just so that it is easier. And these guys are going to flee 4 inches. Which, funnily enough, actually protects them from the rest of the Kislev shooting. So that is the end of that part of the Kislev turn. Now we're into the charge from the Winged Lances. So 4 attacks, hit on 3s, wound on 2s, save on 7s, go. 4 dead goblins. I think this might be a very rapidly approaching the end scenario. Because that was end of turn 3. So I also need to like check at the end of this turn if the game is just over. 4, 3, 4, 5, 4. 1 more dead. Okay, so there is no attacks back. Broken ranks because we have them on the flank. So that's going to be another auto flee. 5 inches, we're going to pursue. We go 8. So these guys are just dead. 8 inches forward. Well, 5 and then 1.5. Because they're in the difficult terrain now. And then roll dice to see if there's another turn. On a 2-up there is. Okay, so let me double check that real quick. Yep, on a 2-up, play a 5th turn. Okay. So that is going to be the Goblins' turn. These guys both get to attempt to rally, so we'll start with those guys, hang on, let me check my leadership values. Goblin Wolf Riders rally, Goblins rally. Okay, cool, so everyone rallies. Very nice. These guys actually need to get reformed, so real quick. 4Y. And then we can wheel them like so that they are facing towards the enemy, and these guys are going to rally and honestly not move. And I realize now the Streltsy could see them, whatever, it's fine. Okay, so that is the end of the Goblin turn. Kislev turn. We're going to march our Kossars forward 2 inches. We're going to wheel them, honestly I'm just going to wheel them on a set angle, because I'm done thinking too hard. 2 plus 2.4, 4.4, 3.6 remaining. No, 2.6 remaining. Right, no, 3.6. I can do math, guys, I swear. The education system didn't fail me that badly. Evelina moves up to here. Oh, and a charge declared here, which obviously they make, but first the goblins have to make a... Actually, hang on. The goblins have to make a panic check, which they failed, so they go 3 to 6 inches, 11 inches, they're off the board. These guys fail forward 4 inches. And then we're into the magic turn. Okay, so 1d6 plus 1d6. Only a 6. That gets counterspelled. We cast another one. That fails as well. Shooting, Streltsy, they can actually all draw lines of sight to the goblins. One is two are in short range. I'm just going to call them all in long range because I don't want to deal with that. So that's going to be 5 attacks, hit on 4s. No, hit on 5s. Wound on 3s, save on 7s. Go. Nothing. Okay, that's understandable. And then we roll to see if that's the end of the game. It is not. One more turn at least. The goblins take to the hill. So basically we're taking to the hill with the goblins, and we're going to push to this very line in the hopes that the Kislev forces cannot rally in time, or cannot defeat them in time. And then the game ends on this turn, because that was end of turn 5, wasn't it? Whoops, end of turn 5. Okay, I don't think we declare a charge with Cossars, because this is still 3 points of combat resolution, and we have no armor on them. But also we do have great weapons, but I want to be able to like just slam everything into them, so I'm not going to do that. But these guys are going to scoot out. And hang on, they are, yep, they are far enough away, so they're going to get 5 inches off. They have 16 total, so they can go 11 more. Spin them around. Form ranks, 4 wide, wheel them, scoot them down like so. Okay. And then Evelyn is going to scoot up like here. Alright. Magic phase, 1d6 plus 1d6. 7. Going to dispel that. Dispelled. Failed to cast the other one. Okay. Shooting. Streltsy, 5 attacks. Hit on 4s, wound on 3s, save on 7s. Go. 2 dead goblins. And then the Cossars, 5 attacks. Hit on 4s, wound on 4s, save on 5s. Go. Nothing. So that is no failed, no panic check for these guys. And then we have to roll a d6 and see. 3, that is the end of the game. And I believe that is going to be heartbreakingly a victory for the goblins. At the end of the day, they just weren't dislodged in time from the hill. Honestly, if I had charged, actually it would have been a draw. So I guess maybe that would have been the correct decision. But like I was gambling basically on the game not ending. Which was a mistake probably, but like whatever. It's fine. So if you enjoyed I want to give a little more analysis actually. I want to think a little bit more about this. I think the surprise factor is I don't process just how much of a ranged army Kislev is. I was looking over the stuff when I was making them, and they are just very range focused. Cossars are a ranged unit predominantly. Streltsy are a ranged unit. Ungol Horse Archers are a ranged unit. One of their rares is like the Akashati? I don't know how to pronounce it. The Ambushers, also a ranged unit. Like they only have one very limited like heavy infantry unit, which I think is really interesting, but it's unexpected. So I'm looking forward to exploring more of that one. And now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. There will be more of this in the future. There will be more 40k. There will be more Kislev. They are going to be in the campaign that I'm working on. What else is there going to be? I previously said my friends were joining me. I'm not as confident that's going to be happening soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to be playing one-page rules with them instead, because we want to keep it simple for them. They are very new and very easily scared off. But I will have more information about that closer to the day when I actually go to play with them. Or I conclude definitively that's not happening. One or the other. Anyway, until the next time, bye!